Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2.
Good evening and welcome to the West Orange Board of Education Public Board Meeting on Monday, July 21st, 2025. I would like to thank all of you here in person and those watching from home for joining us tonight. I'd like to welcome my fellow board members as well as Mr. Moore and Ms. Flowers. Ms. Flowers, would you please take the roll call?
Good evening. Roll call, please. Dr. Bryant?
Here.
Mr. Stevenson?
Here.
Ms. Vera?
Here.
Mr. Ifker?
Here.
Mr. Rock?
Here.
Thank you. Notice of meeting. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests are discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, a written notice was sent from the Office of the Secretary of the Board on January 6, 2025. That said notice was sent by regular mail to the West Orange Township Clerk and the editors of the West Orange Chronicle and by email to the Star Ledger. That said notice was posted in the lobby of the Administration Building of the Board of Education and posted on the district website. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and may be broadcasted on local TV and the district's website at a future date. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Flowers. In consideration of the closed and public meeting of June 16th, 2025, do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ipker. Any comments? Hearing none. Ms. Flowers, please take the roll call.
Dr. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Vera?
Yes.
Vice President Ifker?
Yes.
President Rock?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Moore, it is now time for your report. Would you please share your superintendent's report with us?
Thank you, President Rock, and hello, everyone. I would like to take the opportunity to thank our faculty and students who are attending our summer programs. The dedication of our staff and the hard work of our students are commendable. For those students who are working to improve their academics within our summer sessions, I applaud your work ethic and your commitment to strive to do better. I just want all our students working in our summer academics that we're all very proud of you. Last, since our last board meeting, there were four HIB reports and 2 were founded. And that concludes my report this evening.
All right, thank you, Mr. Moore, for that brief report. Could tell it's July, huh? Do we have any committee reports from the board?
None.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes, President Rock. Just want to suffix what Superintendent Moore and congratulate the staff. I see Ms. Socia Williamson in the audience, who is the director of the Summer Enrichment Program, and just applause to your staff and to you for was an outstanding summer enrichment program. My children participated, and the feedback I heard from parents was tremendous. So thank you for the effort put forth. With respect to the policy committee report, there's a second reading tonight on the agenda to change policy 5460, high school graduation requirements. It's the recommendation of the policy committee that the board adopt the resolution. The policy committee has also been working with the curriculum committee with respect to accelerated math, with respect to the 678 rollout, and we'll continue to work in concert with the superintendent to move forward his vision for our schools. With respect to negotiations, Dr. Ifker and I serve on the negotiations committee, and we are presently in negotiations with the WOEA. The teacher's contract, which expired June 30th of 2025, is up for negotiations. For the community's understanding, teacher contracts generally run on a 3 or 5 year cycle. And so we're in the midst of negotiations for the teacher's contract. So just wanted to let the community be aware of that. Thank you, President Rock.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Anything else?
Just to point out, I thought I was going to be the only one saying this, but summer enrichment program. I mean, I heard that yesterday from friends and neighbors. It's really a treasure of the town. So we're very grateful for that. Also, I guess it was between this meeting and the June meeting was graduation. So I just want to again thank the voters, the township, my board members for allowing me to participate in such a joyous event. It really is a pleasure to see so many people succeeding and how proud their families are and their teachers and everyone. So it was a terrific day, and I again congratulate all the graduates. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything from Ms. Vera?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. The first thing is last month I was not able to come to the board meeting, but I'm taking the opportunity today to congratulate the teachers who did a wonderful job last school year, 24-25, and as well as congratulate all the graduates and the family. And as you know, for this school year, my respect to Mr. Moore for the kind of work that he's doing and the leadership that he's demonstrating to all, to the school district of West Orange, and as well as all the board members who are working here, trying to support Mr. Moore and support the community and the families in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for those reports. Next, I would like to share my board president's report with all of you now. First, I want to share an update about the status of Eckert Field located at Hazel Elementary School. As I reported at our June 21st meeting, Hazel was awarded the 2025 Sustainable Jersey Grant funded by the PSE&G Foundation in the amount of $10,000. The funds will be utilized for the purpose of a greenhouse learning space for our Hazel students. As part of the grant for the greenhouse, preliminary soil testing was performed, and while most levels were normal, there were elevated levels of lead found in a portion of the lower field. A remediation is being scheduled. The field is not to be used until the remediation is completed. We have closed the field, and it is off limits to the public at this moment until that remediation is complete. Next, I want to share two brief bits of news out of Trenton. The first deals with health benefits. Every time we have a budget discussion, someone brings up the idea of switching to the state plan, which is known as the School Employees Health Benefits Plan. A couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, the state released the proposed rate increases for the following year, which start January 1st. And those rate increases are about 30%. So I just wanted to mention that we've talked about it before, that it always sounds like a good idea to go to the state plan, but when you run the numbers, it does not actually save us any money. It's also more complicated because in our situation with the plans that we have in our district, we would have to negotiate a change to that plan. But even if the negotiations committee changed to that plan, those rates are going to go up 30% in January, which is significantly more than our increase that we have in our current provider. And as of January 1st, the rates for the plan that's similar to what we have, the New Jersey Educators Health Plan, will be about 15 to 20% higher than what we're paying. So again, that it often sounds, when you say switch to the state plan, it's that simple, like it could be cheaper. In our particular circumstance, it's not. The school health insurance fund, the shift that we switched to, not this budget, but the previous budget, allowed us to maintain health benefits at the same level that we had before, to reduce the disruption to employee health benefits in the district. And as we now see, to save a significant amount of money in the long term by limiting the potential rate increases. The second piece of news out of Trenton, which is some good news for us, we talk a lot about state funding. Unfortunately, we still lost some state funding, but the budget bill did include two provisions for West Orange to give us a little bit of supplemental funding back. One of those is $125,000, which is specifically earmarked for the playground up by Kelly. The other is $300,000, which is earmarked for various capital improvements. This was in the budget that was passed and signed a couple weeks ago. We're still waiting notification of the state on the timeline for receiving those funds, but we will be working on a plan for how to expend those. Again, additional money for the playground and additional money for some capital improvements throughout the district. Finally, some good news from Troop 2 in town. This weekend, Troop 2 granted 2 new Eagle Scouts awards to Brandon Chen and Spencer Brown. I've attended a number of different Eagle Courts of Honor during my time as the board president. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend this one because I was on vacation. So I wanted to make sure that I give a special shout out and congratulations to both Brandon Chen and Spencer Brown. It is an incredible achievement to become an Eagle Scout, and you guys have done well and represented us well as the community of West Orange. So that completes my report. Next item on the agenda is the second reading and adoption of policy number 5460, high school graduation. May I have a motion to adopt the policy?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson.
Second,
Second from Ms. Vera. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Flowers, please take the roll.
Dr. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Vera?
yes.
Vice President Ifker?
Yes.
President Rock?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to Mr. Stevenson for working with the high school administration on that revision of the policy. Next, we will have questions from the public on agenda items only. Any community member who would like to make comments or ask questions, please come to the podium at this time. Please state your name and home address for the record, then begin your comments. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Do we have any members of the public who here in the audience tonight who want to make a public comment?
Hi. Jill Harris, 9 Ardmore Road in West Orange. Happy summer, everybody. Hopefully you guys are getting a little bit of relaxation amongst all of this. I just wanted to voice a little bit of concern over 2 involuntary transfers that are happening at Gregory, which appear to be kind of one-to-one switches. And I know I emailed everybody about this a few weeks ago, but these are beloved members of our community, and I just wanted on the record that we adore them. So these transfers involve Ms. Mira Franowitz, our library media specialist, as well as Mr. Ralph Damaris. He's our security guard. And it seems like it's kind of just a involuntary one-to-one switchover. These changes really are upsetting. They negatively impact our school community, creates a sense of dissatisfaction. And with our staff, it seems, I'm sure it really impacts their morale. Our community, our students and our parents, we build strong relationships with all of the teachers and the staff. We see them every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And it builds a sense of community within our schools. We can't control the disruptions caused by voluntary transfers, resignations, retirements, necessary transfers, but we can advocate for stability for our students when involuntary transfers are occurring. So because of this, I just want to voice my opposition to the transfer of Ms. Mira Franowitz and Mr. Damaris, our security guard, because they're lovely humans. Thank you.
Hello, hi, I'm Emily Pease at 8 Harvard Terrace. I'm with Jill for the group from Gregory, but also the West Orange Parents for Education. You guys have heard from us with a lot of our budgetary concerns. We are still waiting a chance to have our meeting with Ms. Flowers and to talk about the budget. We really are advocates for we understand the process starts in the summer for next year, so this is the time that we want to be involved. We also want to know a lot more about, we appreciate the updates, Mr. Rock, about the state funding changes. We're pleased to see that some of the capital funding has come back. Curious to see how that's going to be spent. And also, you mentioned the health insurance costs. I appreciate the state healthcare is 30%, but you said ours are going to be 15 to 20. We also know that there's still potentially more drops in funding next year. So we really want to know how we're going to get ahead of that for next year and be a part of the conversation. We've been advocating for a citizen advisory group for members of all different parts of the community to be involved in that process. And we really hope you guys are welcoming that and inviting us in. And then secondarily, I do want to also talk about the changes in our community schools. It seems like there's been a lot of changes. I'm a little bit of a nerd. I went through every single budgeted agenda from the last year, and I saw there were over 230 teachers who were moved out of schools, whether it was from transfers, resignations. It could have been any of the number of reasons why they shifted schools. That's a lot. There were 99 of them that were certified teachers. My student alone in kindergarten had 3 teachers because of changes last year. His introduction to kindergarten, he had 3 teachers. It's really hard when you're starting to establish reading and learning with all those changes. And when I talk to other students and parents in our community, so many times I hear about this, multiple changes throughout the year. These can't all be controlled. there are pregnancies, there are injuries, there are all kinds of reasons teachers leave. I get that. But it'd be helpful to understand how we're trying to preserve the sense of community. And that only happens when you have continuity. So I'd be curious to hear what you guys are doing about that issue as well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kenya Gates, 9 Club Boulevard. I'm also from the Gregory community, and I just wanted to express my concern, again, similar issue with the changing of the staff, particularly, Ms. Franowis, Mr. Damaris. I do feel like it's important for our kids to have a certain level of continuity with regard to the staff. They get used to seeing someone every day. Some of us have kids who have, special situations, and it really is important that they're seeing a consistent environment, consistent support system from the staff. My other issue is I noticed, I know we can't keep teachers from leaving, but it just kind of seems like the diversity at Gregory is also shrinking as far as the staff goes. And that's a major concern to me, just because we selected this neighborhood moving from Harlem because I wanted my kids to see the world, a school that represents the world. And that's sort of why we selected this neighborhood. And we were so specific about moving to Gregory just because of what we heard about the school. And just over the years, we've been in the neighborhood for 5 years now, and we've seen several teachers leave. The few that were, people of color are gone. I see Miss Eason, who my daughter had the pleasure of learning with just this year, is leaving also. So I would like to know, are there efforts to retain any of the staff or to make sure that the staff is a little more of a reflection of the students that go there, because we do have a very wide selection of students from all different backgrounds. And I just want to make sure that all the efforts, I'm sure everyone who's in this community, we're in the neighborhood for a certain lifestyle. We want our kids to have exposure to different backgrounds, different, cultures, ethnicities, whatever it may be. So with regard to even just keeping the staff, I also want to know, is there effort made towards making sure our staff is, diverse and also a reflection of our children? Thank you.
All right, thank you all for those comments. We appreciate your feedback. We did receive several emails about the issues you raised. Just want you to know that we did hear you. We did talk to Mr. Moore about it. We cannot comment on the specifics of personnel, and we appreciate, just like you do, the importance of stability. But again, there are many reasons they can go into a decision to recommend a transfer. And ultimately, when the superintendent articulates those decisions to us, we make a decision based on that, but we can't share those with the public. But again, we thank you for your feedback and your words. And then one other just clarification on the health benefits piece. Our rates went up about 10% in our budget this year. The 15 to 20% that I've mentioned was the difference between the actual rates in the state plan and then the current rates that we have. So there's two things going on. One is that the state plan is going up sharply. Our plan is going up less sharply, but health benefits everywhere is going up. And the result of that now is that this year, the health benefits plan is much more expensive, and that will continue, the state health benefits plan rather, that'll continue to separate unless something changes at the state level. But thank you all for those comments. Anything else from Mr. Moore?
Okay, just a few things. Things happen and changes occur, transfers occur, voluntary, involuntary as well. But they're not taken lightly. And there are decisions that are made not only from taking account the students, the administrators, sometimes buildings, the way that things work are. Sometimes we feel that, I shouldn't speak for every specifics for any one person. Yeah, we understand that they're not comfortable, but they are part of school systems, and people do need to do that to fill holes, to put experience certain places where we think that other areas may need help. But there were a lot of movement of teachers this year because we had a budget deficit. And so we had to look at people's certifications. And in order for us to preserve some jobs or make sure that we were efficient about our cuts and thoughtful, we had to make movement to do that and place people in other areas in which they were certified and tried to work with them. So yes, that's another reason there were movements, because we wanted to make sure we were efficient in our movement and making sure we preserve as much programs and teaching spaces as we can. The West Orange Way is to reflect our students. We echo the same sentiments. We want to do that. And yes, we definitely pay attention and also work with colleges to grab people coming out of school sometimes when we can. So you may, at one point, some people are in a building and maybe the demographics change a little, but it is not outside we're not ignoring that or not caring about that. We do care for that, as well as we want our students to have a global experience. It's kind of what West Orange, the secret to West Orange. So we don't disagree with it. As a former New Yorker, I understand, and I grew up in Washington Heights. I understand the want and need to see for the kids to have a global experience. And please understand, we don't we're not running away from that. We agree with that. We don't it's not something we're neglecting or put aside. And of course, I want people to understand nothing is taken lightly. Nothing is done callously. Teachers do, although it feels like, how can you get rid of this teacher or what happens here and so forth. There's a lot behind the scenes that happen that cause things to happen. And I'm not talking about transfers in particular, but it's a job and personnel's involved and human resources are involved. And there's a contract and things that we have to live to and abide by, as well as not violate. So that's, the hard part about schools, because yes, it's a place we all come together as a community, but there is a job aspect to it and a professional aspect to it, which does take place, and that's not always pleasant.
May I?
Yeah, Mr.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to comment that we get a lot of suggestions, a lot of emails. We read them all. And certain things sort of register. And for me, last year, it was the Mandarin Club. But not just with me, but we were able to maintain it. For the people from Gregory, the Citizens Advisory Group, I'm interested in that. I'd like to, not at this meeting, but I'd like to know what you're thinking. Is it strictly a budget thing? Is it budget, curriculum, everything? I would like to hear more about that. So if you don't mind, maybe we'll exchange contact information and we'll go forward. Thank you.
All right. Moving on to our resolutions. May I have a motion to approve the personnel items A1 through A9?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Is there a second?
Segundo.
Thank you, Mr. Ivker. I want to congratulate the following retirees: Renee Budaher, a paraprofessional at St. Cloud Elementary, for her 3 years of service; Mary Byrne, a lunch aide at Washington Elementary, for her 16 years of service; Eileen Duggan, a paraprofessional at Gregory Elementary, for her 17 years of service; Karen Lott, of academic support at Hazel Elementary, for her 38 years of service; and finally, last but not least, Jay Wecht, an English language arts teacher at Roosevelt Middle School, for his 30 years of service. Thank you all for your service to West Orange students and our school community. Best wishes to you on behalf of the Board of Education, and welcome to the club where every day is Saturday. Is there any discussion on personnel? Hearing none, Ms. Flowers, would you please take the roll?
Dr. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Vera?
Yes.
Vice President Ivker?
Yes.
President Rock?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, next, may I have a motion to approve the curriculum and instruction items B1 through B6?
Motion.
Thank you, Dr. Bryant. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Is there any discussion? All right, seeing none, Ms. Flowers, would you please take the roll call?
Dr. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Vera?
Yes.
Vice President Ivker?
Yes.
President Rock?
Yes.
Thank you.
And next, may I have a motion to approve the finance items, C, special services items A 1 through 9, and business office items B 1 through 25.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ifker. I'd like to take this opportunity to mention the donations the district recently received. There are two, one from Explore the Fields grant funded by Ferguson to West Orange High School. It's $30,000, which will go towards creating a home maintenance and repair training lab for plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. The other donation is from an anonymous parent, which will go to Kelly Elementary School. It includes 5 round tables, 3 rectangular tables with a total estimated value of $6,000. So thank both of those for those donations. Second, I just want to call out 2 facilities projects that are on here. These are projects that were completed here at the high school for air conditioning. And as part of the projects initially, we had put in for what's called a ROD grant with the state, which would fund that partially. Now that we have funded and completed those projects, we've put in the paperwork and we'll be receiving 40% of the cost of those projects back. So just want to highlight the fact that, again, we do what we can to try to offset the costs of all the things that we do here in the district. And thank you to Ms. Flowers for making sure that all that paperwork is in order. And thank you to the state for funding those grants, because that will help us with facilities projects like this. Is there any other discussion? All right, hearing none. Ms. Flowers, please take the roll call.
Dr. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Vera?
Yes.
Vice President Ifker?
Yes.
President Rock?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, next, may I have a motion to approve reports item D1 through 2?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Ifker. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Flowers, please take the roll.
Dr. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Vera?
Yes.
Vice President Ifker?
Yes.
President Rock?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much to my board colleagues for that. I do want to take a moment to amend my report to include one additional thing about the state budget. As I mentioned, that we had $300,000 awarded to us as a supplemental appropriations. When I spoke to our legislative delegation, Senator McKeon, Assemblywoman Begoli, and Assemblywoman Piazza-Skill, they all mentioned that they heard a lot from our community members at home, and that's part of why they pushed for that appropriation. So I want to thank all of the community members here and at home who heard that call to speak up on behalf of West Orange. I mean, we appreciate it, but you should feel proud that the state and our state legislators heard that and did what they could to provide additional funding for us. So I don't want that to go unmentioned. Next up, we have petitions and hearing of citizens for any agenda or non-agenda item that you wish to discuss. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Please approach the podium at this time and state your name and address for the record. All right. Oh, and Mr. Moore, did you want to give one final statement?
Yes. I'd like the community to help me welcome our new supervisor of fine arts. She's here with us today, Allison Socio Williamson. Welcome. Allison led the enrichment program in which you heard board member Stevenson comment on. I've known Allison quite some time. She's a terrific music teacher. Our students absolutely adored her, and I think she's going to help lead the way going forward. We really appreciate all the work that Mr. Quagliato put in, but Allison's ready to carry the torch, and I'm proud to see that. Welcome, Allison.
All right, thank you, Mr. Moore. And seeing no one else for public comment, thank you very much. Our next board meeting will be held at 5:30 p.m. on August 18th, 2025. This meeting will be held in the West Orange High School Library Media Center. We will not be going into executive session after the close of this meeting. There will be no further business discussed and no additional action will be taken. May I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Mr. Ifker. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Vera. All in favor?
5. Yes, and just a correction, Mr. My apologies. It's 5:30 for closed session, 6:30 for public session for August 18th. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Flowers. Yes, we will meet at 5:30 in closed session. All of you who are coming to watch us will come at 6:30 for the public session. Thank you for clarifying that. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Our meeting is now adjourned. We wish you a good night.